Two American soldiers in Afghanistan were shot and killed this morning by an Afghan soldier. So far this month, 12 Americans have been killed by their Afghan allies. As Kitty Logan reports from Kabul, this latest shooting happened during an attack by outside forces.
This is another so-called insider attack. It happened this morning in the eastern province of Logan. This time it was a member of the Afghan National Army who shot and killed two US troops he was working with. We understand that the US forces returned fire and the attacker was killed. We don't have too many more details yet, but local sources are telling us that the US and Afghan troops were on a joint patrol in a fairly remote area. They had set up a checkpoint when some kind of dispute may have broken out, which could have led to the shooting. Now, we can't verify those details. The incident is, of course, still under investigation. But the international security forces here in Afghanistan tell us that in previous instances of similar incidents, that about 25% have proved to be cases of insider infiltration. But otherwise, they were simply down to personal grievances and stress. And of course, we've just had the holy month of Ramadan here. Working conditions were quite difficult for troops out in the field, unable to eat or drink. And security forces, international security forces here, believe that may have contributed to some of the attacks, but certainly it does not explain all 32 incidents which have taken part. And it certainly doesn't explain why these incidents are continuing after Ramadan. And elsewhere in the country, we are hearing horrific reports of more violence. 17 young people, we're hearing, were beheaded by the Taliban in the southern province of Helmand. We understand these young people were attending some kind of party with live music and dancing. This is something that, of course, the Taliban doesn't approve of. They went ahead and took the law into their own hands, executing those young people taking part into the country. And according to the UN, this is becoming increasingly common now that the Taliban are ruling parts of the country and putting their own ethics and laws and morals into place in those places in quite a brutal manner. Also in Helmand province, not far away, 10 Afghan army soldiers were killed in an insurgent attack. So the violence certainly continuing here, but a spokesman for the international security forces here says despite that, the mission in Afghanistan remains on track. For CBS This Morning, Kitty Logan in Kabul.